50 laps. No, 75. Yeah, about 50. For the first race of the Eurospeedway of the European Tour. Since I think I found Twin Ring Motegi, if I'm not mistaken, then that will be probably the first race. So let's just run through practice a little bit. It's just going to be 20 minutes. Looks like we'll run it a little bit here, and practice about to come to an end. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Looks like Albanet for, I think France is the fastest one. Now we'll get to qualifying.
Drivers, to your car.
So it looks like that's the basic starting grid. Germany and Iran will be on the front row. That's Shakib and Gormer on the front row. Looks like then right behind it is Castello and Walker in the second row. I'll have to get the full roster name because I think I totally forgot. That's Philip Walker. The 32 is Augusto Castello. The 27 is Amir Shakib. And the 39 is Gerard Gormer. Looks like I think we're meant to get the start of this one. This is from start of the inaugural DHL European Tour. Looks like it will be the 39. And honestly, I'm not really familiar with the name, so don't expect it to be the best. Here we go. The green flag is out. Looks like the 39 gets a good start over the 27. This race is a 50 lapper, by the way. As the 32 of Italy is going to go for the lead as he charges in there, as they're going to be starting to spread out a little bit. They're about 4 wide in the back, as this is going to be somewhat like a smaller Pocono, as it's a triangular shaped, and however you can run it a little wide here. We are 5 wide. We were 5 wide a little bit in the back, as now they are going to enter turn number 3. The 39 is still leading now. I think so far the best team so far is, I believe, Ukraine, which they have a couple of cars already in the top 5. Let me check about other countries if I can scan through. Iran is also somewhat in there, as Germany has already pulled out to a decent sized lead, and looks like Jamar for the Netherlands is going to get second, and we already have a caution on the track on the front straightaway. Looks like the 2, the 4, the 12, and the 29 were all collected. I think in this one, this happened towards the front straightaway. Let's take a look. I think this happened from the 12. Yeah, I think it actually flipped over from Yannick Lukin. Yeah, he got hooked and then trying to come back up. He gets flipped over by the 21 and then goes for a series of barrel rolls. Actually rolls over the 26 and puts it back on wheels. The car's not too badly damaged from car number 12. Gormer in the lead. We got Denmark, number 14. Langer is in third. Safar from Sweden. I think I actually said the wrong country. I think that was Sweden, by the way. That was up there. Kozaku from Turkey. Iran. Komadari is in the 19. Looks like they're gonna be, some cars are gonna be heading to pit road. Figueroa is gonna be entering. Yeah, looks like some cars are already planning to pit. The 31 of Jack Jammer is gonna stay out. So far, he's also gonna go in. I think here is, we'll see who pits and who doesn't. Pretty much everybody except except for the first 12. We'll see the race out of pit road when we get to it. Here's the 39 Grover, your pole award winner. He's gonna get his service. I think when he leaves, we'll get that. So everybody but the first 12. It looks like Sweden's already going to be out of there first. Then looks like the 23-32. There's the order coming out. We got contact, the 16 and I think the 27. They made contact while exiting pit their stall, so that's going to hurt them a little bit. 17, the Hungarian cars, France, Netherlands. I think that's all. The 12 is still repairing the damage he got from that wreck. The 37 at Almanet was also in there. I'll have to see. That's Philip Almanet was also in there. The 12, it was the 16 of Vadim Brinchiski, and also the 27 Shakib. I might just fast forward this and hopefully don't miss the, because it's just going to be running. Let's see. We'll just stop it here. We're going to take the restart on this lap, as looks like it's we'll see. I think based off the numbers, Jack Gemmer is leading, the 28 of Khalid Safar second, the 34 of Steve Kozak third, Charles Kilgard fourth, and then the number 3 of Vito Esperando is right now in the 5th spot. We are lap 6 of 50. First caution came out for a couple of cars wrecking on the front straightaway, and now here we go. As we're going to wait for the green flag. There it is. Green flag is out. As the 31. Looks like the 34 of I think was making a move there, and now they are 3 wide, all the way back for about 2nd spot. There it is. There's some of that 3 wide racing. The 2 of Tremunkin is also there as well, as pretty much everybody's still on the track. Looks like Kozak's going to go for the lead, but looks like the number 3 of Espanito is going to go there. The 30 for Portugal. We'll have to find who that is, as that's Pino in the 30 is going to go for the lead, and now the 25 of Kilgard for the lead. Portugal the race lead. Denmark is going to try to get there. The pack is already spreading out, as it is. Looks like Belgium's going to, that's the number 7 of Verdun, is going to try to make it 3 wide for second, as he doesn't really have the line. The number 2 for Ukraine is also going to be there, as the 7 of Verdun is still going to be there. Tremunkin is still also going to be there 3 wide. So that means Tremunkin's going to go for the lead. Looks like the 31 of Jammer is going to be fighting back for that 2nd spot, for the actually I believe for the 5th spot. The 15 of Palmquist, and the 25's in the wall, and he slides it a little bit, as we already see one car hit right. I think that was the 12 that had damage repair done to it. Yeah, it is the 12 of Lincoln, who I think had damage, and I think was trying to still repair it. Meanwhile, Pino for Portugal has already pulled out to a massive lead, to a pretty sizable lead over Tremunkin in the 2. Verdun for Belgium in 3rd, and Jammer for the Netherlands is in 4th. As now, as they come out of turn number 4, looks like the racing is settled. We are lap number 10 of 50 here, as looks like the 31 is still trying to get in line. The 3 of Espanino and the 15 of Palmquist, that's for, I believe, 6th spot. As now we still have some really good racing in the back. That's the 14 of Langer, the 6, the 28 of Sulfur, the 6 of Gingia for the Spanish, and the 20, and a couple of, that's Margaret in the 22 there. getting really close here. It looks like it is basically now pack racing, like you would see maybe at most California tracks. And then we have the Greece, the Greek driver, Lewis Carpenter, and we got around. The 21 is around. Spins in front of the wheel, gets the 10 of the Republic cars, as doesn't appear to get too much damage, but we'll see if anybody else. Looks like nobody else was collected, as looks like both of the Czech Republic cars appeared to be involved as well. 14, 11, and the 10 of Jacek was collected as that. That's going to bring on another caution. It looks like Jermunkin has apparently taken the lead away from the 30, as now the 7 of Verdun is going to try to look for second. The 30 has a run, but I don't think it will matter. It's going to be a drag race for second. Looks like the 30 will get it. And now we'll take a replay of what happened. The 21 was sent spinning. That sent him in front of the field. And it looks like, I think, one of the... let's take a look at the helicopter cam to see what happened there. Looks like 28 got off in the corner, gets into the 21. 10 tries to slow down, hits the 21. And I think it was one of the Finland cars. It was actually number 4 that got in there. The 10 slides around. Everybody else just trying to slow it down. Pretty much everybody does. Actually quite well. Looks like the 24 may have tapped him a little bit. It almost turns him on his side. The 11 didn't really get damaged at all. Lukin in the 12 is actually down a lap. He looks like he won't. Yeah, it looks like Lewis Carpenter in the 21 was the one who got it the worst. The 10 looks like the 28 also slid maybe a little bit, bounced it into the wall, and then kept it going. I think the Finland. I think one of the I can't tell what country that was. 21's appearing just to hit. Looks like the rest. I think everybody else has pitted again. Doesn't appear anybody else is staying. Looks like everybody's entering this time. Lukin is the only car that does not pit, but he's a lap down. I think the majority of the field ended up pitting. Looks like the number 2 for Ukraine is gonna lead off them off. Pino is second, Verdun third, Palmquist fourth, Espinado fifth. Shemotov is in 6th. Figueroa is in 7th. Is going to exit 7th. 8th. Jammer's going to exit 8th. Andre Mercer for the French exits in 9th, and then Ginga for the Spanish exits in 10th. So that's how it is. We'll see. There's a 12 of Lukens. He's actually going to pit this time by for Germany. Last car that's going to exit is, I think, Vinch in the number 1. The 37 of, we'll see, I think he's the last one. We'll take the restart this time by. Looks like 25 of Charles Kickguard had to pit again. I don't think he'll make it back in time for the restart. Might have something serious happen there. So Tremunkin in the 2 is once again going to lead the field down, as the 30 of Pino is right now in 2nd. I do apologize in advance for the mispronunciations, but I'm not really into that, as we are back underway. The 2 is back going, and it doesn't. The 25 of Kitgard did not make it back, so he'll need a caution in order for him to help out. As looks like Lukin in the 12 is going to try. He actually has, I believe, a car. We got a car. Several cars are spinning around in the back. The 17 was one of them. Both of the Romanian cars was involved. One of the Sweden cars, Switzerland, was in there. And I think that was the caution he may have needed. Came a lot earlier than expected. So our third caution of the event comes in lap 16 after a couple of cars went spinning right after the restart. And we'll see if the 12, I believe, got back on the lead lap. Looks like he won't do it this time, as he will stay a lap down, as and they were apparently 4 wide coming to the line, and they gotta get that order settled up quickly. Both of the Romanian cars, the 17 and 38, were collected in that one. They were running about in 15th when it happened. Let's take a look at what happened. They were actually there, and looks like the 23 tried to turn one of the Italian cars. I think that was the 32, and just came across the 17. We gotta find out which one. That's the it's the 32. The 32 was trying to. Let's take a look. 32 was trying to get into the 26. He ended up turning to the 26, then gets into the 23, which then gets into the 17, which that sends him around. I think that was Benzar in the 38 that was collected. The Germans are collected once again. He gets into the back. The 29 for Switzerland was there. That of being Olive for the Swiss. Looks like everybody that was involved in the crash will hit. Doesn't appear any of the leaders will. Pretty much most of the cars pitting this time were actually involved in that last crash. Let's just fast forward to looks like we're about to take the restart here on lap 20. I just had to accelerate there. We'll see about that. And looks like it will be the number 2 leading once again. We'll see if we got one car entering pit road. I'll need to find out what that one is. That's the 26 of Clement Van Duren, who I don't know. He wasn't involved, so I think he's trying to pit that time. One of the Denmark cars in Germany. I think that's Lukin's already going to try to get his lap back, as they are 4 wide. The 3 of I think Esperanto is actually meanwhile. So looks like the 15 and 3 are battling for the lead. The 12's right in the middle of it. The 12's going to up the racetrack, and they're going to be 5 wide as they exit turn 2, and they touch a little bit. The 12 sends it sideways. The 2's around, and then we got more wrecking behind them. So a stack-up effect, and it's turning out to be a humongous crash. A huge wreck on lap 21, which set off a minor chain reaction, and it just got worse from there. Several cars are damaged, and that will definitely bring out our 4th caution of the day. On lap 21, it looks like Espinano was the first one to get away, and it happened around with the leaders. There you see Tremonkiv in the 2, one of the strongest cars, was involved in the situation, and now he was collected. I think he was one of the cars involved. They were all piling in, as I think the 15 was more interested in battling for the lead. He did not pay attention. Let's take a look at what happened. Looks like the 12 was trying to avoid the 20, and then he comes up, gets the 2, and I think the 12 tries to save it. He just gets turned in front of the 13, and then it just becomes a smoke screen. Drivers trying to slow down, trying to avoid it, and then they just had nowhere to go. The 10 just runs over somebody, which that in turn put him up on the field. Here's what happened. The 18 runs up the track, gets into the 20. The 20 moves up. The 12 tries to move out of the way, and then hooks the 2 car, which then net gets to 15. 12 tries to get back going. He gets turned by the 34. The 32 runs into the back of the 6. The 26 gets into the 2. The 39 tries to avoid it. The 1, the 10, and the 35. They all get. The 10 goes over a couple of cars, and so does the 35. And I think it was. Here's a spectator cam of that. Looks like the 18 moves up. Looks like the 20 tries to move up. The 12 tries to avoid getting hit by the 20, and I think that's what set it off. As the 12 tries to get back going, he just gets turned by the 34. 34 was trying to avoid him, and then the 12 just shot back up into him. Let's see. The 39 comes flying in. The 10 just bulldozes, I think, everybody. It climbs on top of the 4, and I believe the 28. Yeah, that was just weird. as doesn't think anybody else dropped out of the race. But this does kind of change the running order a little bit, as I believe most of the cars were involved in that caution. Looks like Espinano's leading. Virgindo is in second. Third is Chementova in the 20. Fourth is Espino in the 30. Fifth is Langer in the 14. Sixth is Jamar in the 31. Seventh is Verdun in the 7. Eighth is Jacob in the 27. Ninth is the 33 of Felix for Belgium. And Basti is in 10th for the Spanish. As we'll see, doesn't appear anybody else drops out. The two, Tremunkin, who had the strongest car, actually fell a lap down. It's a tough day for the Germans. We're going to be halfway through this race. Looks like we're about to get the restart here. So we are going to get the restart. There's the two of because, well, you may never know. Green flag is back out. The 3 of Espinano's leading. The 2 is way off the pace, or I don't think he got a good restart at all. It looks like he is way off the pace. The 12 of Lincoln, who was actually involved in a couple accidents. We'll have to see how the pace handles for him. We've already had several wrecks right off the restart, so we got to be careful of that as we head down the back straightaway. So far, we don't see any. As there you see the 30 of Portugal is going to try to make it 3 wide, and is going to try to. He actually tried to go for the lead. Work. There you see the 20 makes contact. Nearly they all save it, so no foul there. As there you see Verdun in the 7 is going to try to get under the 31, as they are now just racing down the back straightaway. So far, we actually made it to a lap without crashing any of our cars, as we're at lap 27 at 50, as it is the 3 of Espinal for Italy leading the way. Pino is in second for Portugal. Third is Langer for Denmark. Fourth is Shemetova for Russia. Fifth and sixth are both Belgium drivers. Fifth is Verdun. Sixth is Felix. Seventh is Boston for Spain. Eighth is Figueiredo for Portugal. So if the end race does end now, Portugal would be the driver on top of the Nationality Cup, while Russia would be in second, as the 16 of Bruchenstedt is already climbed his way up to 10th. As looks like, as I think we have another caution on the track. Yes, we probably around the lines with the 17. We'll have to see where it's around. I'm focusing on the 9 to see what happened. Yeah, we got a 1 car. The 13 was collected. Greg Hatchett for Switzerland was collected. We'll have to see where it is. There you see, oh, the 30, looks like the 36 of Jammer and Shakib in the 27, they got together, and then I think the 24 runs into the back of the 28, which then sends a couple other cars around. I think most of these drivers are doing a very good job at actually avoiding wrecks, except for probably that lap 21 incident. As 31 comes up the track, gets into the 27, gets the 23, the 6 just runs into the back of the 23, and the 13 for Switzerland is also there as well. So we'll see. Doesn't appear, looks like a couple of cars. I think that's the one of the Belichick's was in there. We'll have to fast forward to get. We're about to get the restart here for lap 31 of 50, as I'm not just going to be spending my entire time just going through the cautions. I believe that was our 5th one of the day. Yes, this is somewhat to be a crash fest. Here it looks like Espinal in the 3 is going to lead the field down. Green flag is back out, as the 12 of Lucan, unlike the past several restarts, does not get a good one here. as they're going to be 3 wide for, actually 3 wide for second, although the 12 is a lap down. Looks like that's going to change the 16, I believe. That's the 20. Jehumov is actually going to go for the second spot. Espinado is right there. Pino in the 30 is going to try to battle it through. Looks like the 7, they're going to be a couple lanes wide. Lap 32 of 50. As there you see the 33 of Felix, who is right there, as he's already trying to get his way up there. So far, the 16, the 3, and the 20 are right now battling for the lead. The number 3 for Italy has basically led the most laps the majority of the event. We got caution on the track. There you see the 40 of Grimjin for Norway, and Klimetev in the 35 for Ukraine. They've made contact. As let's take a look. Oh, the 40 had a wild ride. Let's take a look. 35 gets hit by the 40, loses it, and then gets the 40, gets on the catch fence a little bit. Nobody else hits him. But a wild ride for car number 40 of Grimjin for Norway. Let's take a look. 5 slides up the track, gets the 40. The 40 turns it up on wheels, and that keeps going. As yes, the drivers have taken the caution flag. We'll see about pit strategy here. We'll see. It looks like the 3 is going a little bit low here, or maybe not. So it looks like some of these cars are not planning to pit here. Looks like a couple of cars in the back. I think that was the car, the 35 and the 40. They are pitting because of crash damage. Let's fast forward a little bit. So it looks like we're going to take the restart with about 14 laps to go here in the first ever event in the DHL European Tour. These cars actually are standard cut bodies, however, they are actually in kind of like PTA physics. The green flag is back out. The 3 of Espinano, who basically unchallenged once they got into the lead. We'll see if somebody can deny that number 3 car to victory. We'll see. The 20 is trying to charge time under the 20 and the 12, as Lunik's basically been off the lap, been a lap down for the majority of the event. The 20 has already snuck his way, still got that second spot. They're 5 wide. They were 5 wide for second, just for a second there, but they're now 4 wide, and it will probably settle as they head off into turn number 3. As they are still 4 wide, still bumping around, as there was a near crash, I think, with one of the Spanish cars. They almost got turned there, as I believe that might have been the 24. But meanwhile, looks like Chevy Tip in the 20 and the 8 of Walker. That's for the second spot, as Philip Walker in the 8 for Greece is trying to get there. We have another caution on the track. That's, I think, a couple of cars sliding. I think that may have been the 1 or the 31. Let's take a look at what happened here. 29 gets into the wall, the 1 gets into the 31. Gets the 29. That one did probably have debris there, but it almost looked like similar to the Evan Brooks crash that happened at the Evan Brooks slide at Texas in last year's event, where he slid, didn't really make any significant harm to the field, but a caution came out anyway. We got another crash apparently. Somebody was spun off into the... Somebody apparently was spun off. That was the 17 of... That was the 17. One car was actually got spun off again. I think that was the 18 of Fugando for Portugal. Let's take a look. 18 spun down the track. And guardrail. He didn't hit it that hard, so he should be all right. 17 gets into the 18, gets the 34. No damage was not too bad on any cars that were collected. Mess whatsoever. The restart will take place with less than 10 laps to go, so as a result, looks like Philip Walker, Shamativ, Fulte, Felix, and Pino will actually have a decent shot at going for the win. Lucan will not be able to have a chance to go back on the lead lap, as it will seem kind of highly unlikely. So if we do go to an overtime period, looks like Lucan and I believe the 2 of Tremunkin will be the drivers out. That's Michael Tremunkin and Yannick Lucan. As we got one car blowing up, that's the 20 of Shamativ, who had a very promising run and now blows a motor while running in third. So that just got weird. That just got even weird. The 20 is trying to hold its line on the outside as she's I don't think she's getting any room. I don't think she's getting any room to go down. Looks like she'll try to. She does. Almost clipping, I think, the 21 of Lewis Carpenter in the process. So we're going to take possibly our final restart. If we do get to lap 46, which that will be the point of possible regulation, to the possible end of regulation, we will probably go to a green-white checkered, probably an overtime period. The 20 of will be the first car out of the race with a clutch failure, as it was said. Green flag is back out now. Espanado has not been challenged for the lead due to the fact that Lucan was in the way, but Lucan will not be in the way. It looks like the 11 of Fulte is now going to go for second spot. That's going to basically get the 3 to get away, as for the Czech Republic, they have, looks like the 8 for the Greece is still trying to get there. The 30 of, I think, of Pino is going to go for second, and Belgium has both cars right somewhere in contention. As looks like the 3 is once again going to pull away from the lead, as if they hope to have a caution, they hope to have it next time by. Looks like Felix in the 30. He is already trying to make a move, as he is right now trying to get to third. The 11 of Fulte is there. The 3 has already pulled out to a pretty sizable lead at this point, as now the 11 is trying to get there. This would probably be the last regular lap in regulation in order for it to possibly not end in a overtime period. And if that would be the case, it would be 2-lap overtime periods. As for this series, overtime will probably not be used frequently due to the fact that the majority of the schedule are road course events. We're going to be coming to 5 to go. Felix in the 33, trying to get by the 11, but it's not going to be there. And looks like the 3 of Espanado for the Italian has already pulled out to a decent size lead. Felix is going to try again. He's trying to get him. The 11's running a little bit wide. As it's going to slow him down. That's going to bring the 30 there as well. That's going to put Felix in the second spot. Belgium already in a pretty good position as they have cars, I believe, in the top 10. That's the 33 of Felix. The 7th, the number 7 for Verdun is right now running in 9th when they came across the line. As looks like the pack's starting to spread out a little bit. Another team would actually do very well. Would actually be Iran, which they actually have a couple of cars. The 19 and the 27, they are right now very close to the top 10. It looks like Felix is going to try to run him down. We got 4 laps remaining, but it appears that 3 car is pulling away. As meanwhile, we have a fierce battle for third. Looks like the 20, the 11, and the 19 of Komodari is also in there. The 27 is running in 9th, as I believe they are the, right now, as of now, other than Belgium, they are the only country that have both cars in the top 10. It looks like they are still trying to, one car's about to be in the wall. As, oh, 12 sideways! Save it, can he get it back up on track? Looks like the 12 will, no he won't! And that will possibly end this race in regulation. And that's what Espinado did not want to see. It comes with 3 laps remaining. 12 got turned in front of the... tries to save it, but then he clips the 20, the 16, and this race will probably go to overtime. And it just happened when he got to the line, so looks like we will be in overtime here for the inaugural DHL European Tour. Let's see. Looks like the 35 just... 35 chopped the 12 down. The 12 tries to merge back up safely, slid back up the track, gets the 16, and that's probably not going to be happy. That's kind of controversial. My controversial. So looks like this will basically be the running order. Everybody but the 2, the 12, and the 20 will all be a part of overtime. So out of 39 cars still running, 37 is on the lead lap. The 2 and the 12 are a lap down. The 20 is out of the race due to a clutch failure. So now we will get this race scanned through and ended in overtime in regulation. Let's see. So I'll get the transition into overtime, and then we'll hopefully get to where you are. Let's see. Just for a regulation note, I'm just looking at this based on the results. Espinado has led the most laps so far at this point, led 31 of 50 laps. Pino is in second. He led 3 laps, as I think Jack Jammer led 4, and the second most lap leader, Mir Chamunkin, who will not be racing in this overtime period, led 10 laps. He is the second most. He started 38th. So we'll get this updated. Looks like to end the game here.
Drivers, to your cars. Drivers, to your cars.
Alright, so 27 is the 1. 26 is the plane. Is 17 goes here, 18 goes right there, 32 and 28. Alright. So let's check if we got the qualifying results fixed. Yeah, we got that right.
Drivers, to your cars.
Welcome back here. One of the cars did not get going, and that was, I think, the 34. Kozak, who was supposed to restart this race in 33rd. So as a result, he will actually unofficially finish this race in 37. Green flag is back out. Espinito has led the most laps up to this point. But now, can he hang on and try to win here at Eurospeedway? Looks like he has already pulled out to a pretty sizable gap. Already on the leaders, the 11 is already around. So we might have a second overtime period. The 4 is also around as well. So caution is out. And a couple of cars heavily damaged. It's Philip Walker. Walker, I believe, restarted that race 3rd. And Pino restarted in the race 4th. We saw the 11 go around. Vernon restarted the race in the 7th spot. So this is going to take some cars out of the race. And that means we will be racing for a second overtime period. So we will now be racing for 54 laps. There's Corpella, who ended up sliding down the track. So that didn't really work out as well, as there was a humongous crash so looks like it was a massive wreck in the first overtime period. Looks like the 14, as I think there was a new rule. I think he just washed him in front of everybody. 7 took a vicious crash. Both of the Iranian cars were collected in that one. The 14 was trying to go for a bold move, runs into the 7, which then gets the 11, and I think that's what just happened. Walker, 7 was also in there. We'll have to see the running order. Let's see, where is that? So it looks like we will be going to a second overtime period. So it is going to be, I believe, the second race, the third ever race in NOVAR history to, I believe, go to a second overtime period. The first was a 2013 Verizon Cup Series at Chicagoland, and then the second time was the 2014 Gary Series at Atlanta. We'll have to update the results. So it looks like it'll be 33 laps left. Looks like the top 2 was virtually unchanged. Let's say who dropped out. The 34 did not start, so as a result he'll 34 did not start, so technically he'll finish 37th. The 7, the 8, the 7, 8, 30, and the 19. So 19. So this now brings us down to 32 cars for our second overtime period.
Drivers, to your cars. Drivers, to your cars.
Boy. Looks like the 3 and the 33, nothing changes there. The 6 of Manuel Gingea is going to restart 3rd. Lewis Carpenter in the 21, 4th. 5th is the 40, where if I can find him, there he is. 6th is Gilgar, 7th is the 38. Ninth is the 32 of Augusta Castello. Actually, he's 8th. 9th is Markia Benska for Hungary. 10th is Bastil for Spain. 11th is Albanet for the French. 12th is 17. 13th is the 23. Yes. The 9. The 5. 16. Oh, Bremvilcek. 17th is Langer. 18th is Hatchet. 13. 10 is 19. 20th is the 28. 21st is the 18. 22nd is the 31. 23rd is the 15. 24th is, let me find the 24th is Bagueron, if I can think I have him right there. 25th. 25th is Mercer. 26th is Clayman Vern Duran. And 26th. The 28th is Fulty. 29th is Corpello. And then 31, 32. Yeah, it should be right. So take number 2. So the second overtime period here for the NOVAR European World Tour Series. The front 2 remain the same, but the back half of the field, this overtime period started with 36 cars. Now it's just down to 32. Pino, Walker, and Verdon dropped out due to crash damage. Hardy failed to make the race, so as our credit, he will be finished with 51 laps. Pino, Walker, and Verdon will be credited with completing 50. So that's basically an explanation of what actually happens. This is the first time I've actually had to deal with it. So what happens there? As looks like the 3 of Espinado has been the strongest car up to this point. Can he hang on to win? The 6 is right now in second. This time, no cars are having issues. Green flag is out. As looks like the 3 did not get a good restart there. As the 33 had a better one. The 6 of Spaniard. The 6 of Manuel Gungea is going to go for the lead. The 40 for Norway is also trying to look there. They are 3 wide, somehow not wrecking. as Espinal, the strongest car up to this point, is now going to have to face a challenge. Well, looks like the 38 of the Romanian country. As looks like Pino's going to sign up. We got cars already around, and this might be, and we're going to go to a third overtime period. As they all crash again. As let's take a look. Yes, it will be. So we're going to be racing for a third overtime period, and we have a new leader in Benzar for Romania. Oh wow! And it doesn't appear anybody will drop out of the race this time around. So Benzar will now lead the way with Mariuszek in second. As I think, let me check. Benzar restarted the race in 7th. As let's find cars that I think that. And there's the 23. The 23 race started. That was just epic. So we'll now be restarting for a third overtime period. You gotta be kidding me. I gotta put all this work in just to run this race? Wow. This is just a weird race. Yes. Wow. We're running a third overtime. You gotta be kidding me.
Drivers, to your... Drivers, to your cars.
So let's get this one restarted. I need to seriously go to the bathroom, but this race won't let me. You gotta be kidding me. So it looks like the 38 is now the new leader. Benzar, where is that? Randomize. Ravaka Benzar is now the new leader. Maria Bensky, day 23. Join. So Felix in the 33. It's in 4th. The 40 is in 5th. 6th is Langer in the 14. Let me find Langer. Axel Langer. 14. 7th is the 5. So Hungary is now has 2 cars in 2nd and 7th. And they're Januszek in the 10. Let me find that one. Is in 8th. 9th is Palmquist. So 10th is Vito SP. The 37. The French is going to be 11th. 12th is Carpenter in the 21. Let me see, 12th. Kiltgard in the 25 is 13th. Oh, let me find the 24. I'm just going to do it the way it was. 24. Here's Jammer. 30. Clementive 30th. 29th. So 28th. Castello. Augusto Castello. 27th is Mercer. Guy, we'll keep him there. Benny Brzezinski is supposed to be right there. 9. There's Kidgard. Raw is supposed to be 13th. 14th is 17, 15, 16. 16th is the 36. This is going to be take number 3 of this race, as we are in the
driver.
So it looks like it will be the 38 of Benzar. We hopefully will get to at least the white flag. If we do, anything goes. It is the 3rd overtime period, probably the most I've actually ever done in an actual race. And it's actually just 32 cars. So here we go. Looks like the green flag is back out. The 38 is running once again, as they are already starting to fan out. The 23 for Swina Kaskandin is now going to go for the lead. They are already starting to fan out, and it may be disastrous for the 23. They hoping to at least get to the white flag. If they do wreck, it's not going to matter, as it showed in the Gator is in both duels, as both of the leaders ended that both of some of the lead cars end up crashing on that final lap, and now they are racing here. The 23 of Kaskandin has already jumped out to the lead for Sweden, as looks like doesn't appear to be a yellow flag just yet. No yellow flag. They are still good. No crashing, and they will make it to the white flag under green flag conditions. Does the 38 of Benzar have a chance for the 23? The 5 of Gels is right there as well. Here comes the 38. Is it going to be enough? They make a run down the back straightaway. One car's already in the wall. It appears to be a 3-car battle for the win. But the 5 is closer to the 38, and looks like Gels is going to go for 2nd. If that's the case, that might help the 23 out of turn number 2, as they are still battling side by side. Does the 5 get a run under the 23? Doesn't appear to be. And out of turn number 3, after 3 grueling overtime, car number 23 of Kaskandin for Sweden wins the inaugural DHL European Tour Series race at Eurospeedway. Benzar gets 2nd, and Gilles couldn't get a run off the final corner to get 3rd. 4th is Palmquist for Finland, and Gurjum rounds out the top 5. And also a huge heartbreak for car number 3 of Espino, dominated the race and finishes 30th. So it looks like the 23 of Johan Kaskatsu for Sweden takes the victory after 3 overtime periods. We'll have to see where he entered at the end of regulation, although he might have had a shuffleboard. After the end of regulation, we'll have to see where he entered for car number 23. At the beginning of the regulation, he was 12th. So that kind of sums up everything for him. Overtime 3, we got that down, Alright, thank God, this thing's finally over.